I decided to do a review on my Allen BreezeSmart 75i air purifier. I'm going to talk about the reasons I bought it, the warranty, how to set it up and use it, things I like and don't like about it, the wattage it uses, customer service, and whether it's helped with our allergies. And I'll also discuss my thoughts about whether it can filter COVID-19 based on information they provided on their site. So let's get started. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the warranties they offer. First of all, you get a 60-day, I think they call it love it or return it guarantee, which is really nice. It shows that they have a lot of confidence in their product. So try it for 60 days. If you don't like it, they refund it. If you decide to keep it, it comes with a 1-year warranty. If you want to upgrade that to 5 years, all you have to do is register it online, and they say that you get faster customer service. I've not noticed that. I am registered. And you get product updates. They also offer a 1-year warranty, which requires a subscription to their automatic filter replacement. And so you just go online and put a little information in there, push a submit button, and then you're supposed to wait for the information and on how to further that subscription so that you can participate. And I haven't received that confirmation yet, and I applied several months ago when I bought it, and again 3 weeks ago. So I'm registered, but I'm trying to subscribe, and I wasn't able to. Anyway, so now I'm going to talk a little about customer service. And I really only have one complaint regarding their customer service, and that is getting a hold of somebody. I'll have to leave a message, and then I'll get a return call in 3 days. Same thing with email. It'll take a couple days, 3 days to get an email response from them. And so that's my main complaint. So now I'm going to talk a little about how to set this up and all the controls and how to use it. And then later on in the video, we'll talk about how well it works for the reasons we bought it. The first thing you need to do is determine where you want to place the unit. Now, Allen recommends that you place it along your room's longest wall. This is our room's longest wall. Our room is basically our living room and kitchen because they're connected and linear. So we place it in the middle of the room. Now, I know a lot of people move them. They filter a room and then they'll move it to a different room. So Allen has wheels, so you can just roll it to your next room. We just leave it stay put. But if you do plan to move it, I've got some warnings for you. Now, before you move it, you want to be sure to turn it off and remove the cable, unplug the cable from the unit. Because the wheels are in the back, if you tip it this way, you could damage something, I would imagine. So be sure to unplug it straight back. And now it's safe to move around. I have one complaint about this. I wish the wheels were in the front. You know, if they were in the front, it would be easy to do. You place your leg up here, grab it, and pull. See, real easy. Just go like that and roll it. But in this case, the handle is this way, and there's no grip underneath. There's no indent to grab anything. So you put your leg up against it, and you pull. You got to push up to put friction on to try to move it, and it's a little more difficult. So I think it would have been better to put the wheels in the front, or at least turn this around so you can grip it and pull it back. I think you eliminate two problems if you put the wheels in front. You wouldn't have to worry in case you had a cable plugged in and forgot. And then, so I think it would be an improvement if they can turn the handle around somehow or move the wheels in the front. Okay, now I'm going to go over some of the controls. To turn it on, be sure it's plugged in, push the button. If you don't want the lights on because you're trying to sleep, and it's in the same room you sleep, you just push it again. It's still running, but the lights go out. You want it off, push it again. Want it on, turn it on. Now the lights, the light indicator will tell you the air quality. Basically, if you start on the right, blue means it's got good quality, it's not picking up any particles in the air. Then it goes green, orange, red, and purple. Now the other controls include ionizer. They say it does not create ozone, and I don't know all about this, but from what I understand, it charges, air comes out, it charges the air, so it charges the particles in the air, which make it easier for the unit to attract those particles and filter. Filter, green means the filter is okay, and once it starts clogging up, it will warn you, it'll give you a yellow light. The timer, you go 2 hours, 4, and then 12. I leave it on just 24/7. And now the fan speeds, this is the second speed. You see the two little squiggly lines. 3, 4, turbo. Okay, that's how that works. Auto, it will set it to what it thinks it should be. I don't care for that, so I leave it off. And then you can lock it. I want to find out how many watts this BreezeSmart 75i actually uses. I attached a kilowatt meter, all right, so I can tell how many watts on average per hour this unit uses. It's been running now, because we run it 24/7 here, and it's been running 24/7 for 1,145 hours. I run it on high at night, not turbo, but high, and in the day, about medium. So it's always on. So we're going to find out, on average, how many watts it uses. It used 25 kilowatts. You multiply that by 1,000 to come up with how many watt hours, and that comes out to 25,000. So I just go 25, 1, 2, 3, divided by, what was it, 1145? Mm-hmm. So it's averaging only 21.83 watts. That's really good. 21.3 watts per hour. Okay, while I'm talking about electrical things, this would be a good time to bring up a concern I have. This is loose. This is not the cord. This is the part that's attached to the unit itself. And we remove this before we move the unit. And so, because we just don't move the unit very much. But you can see what I'm talking about here. See that? So I emailed and asked about it. It says the plug does meet insert force requirements. Though, to your point, we've had reports that if the unit is moved or the cord is pulled, it can come loose. I will ask our product team to look into a shim insert or a different cord plug mold based on your message. And now, so they're having problems with this. Now, he did say, because I asked, is it dangerous? He said, no. If you believe that you have a defective plug, then we'll be happy to send you a new one. Well, a unit or a plug? I'm not sure what he means. Okay, now I'm going to show you how we remove the filter and remove the screen so that we can vacuum the screen to clean it. We do that usually once a week or so. This cover is magnetically held on. Now this has been about a week, and we were surprised when we saw that there's hardly any dust on here. It concerned us a lot, because if you look at this, there's all kinds of dust all over the inside of the cover. What's the deal with that? I was hoping that it would be on the filter screen. So I'm not sure why that happens. In order to clean it, you pull down on this. All right, so I'm going to show you how to remove the screen and how we vacuum the screen. Okay, you can take this, pull it back. Little notches here. And then you have a notch on the side. And then you set it down. You can see some of the dust. And to replace it, here. And that's all you have to do. what I noticed one time that when I popped that off, I saw the little fins in here. I don't know if you can see or not, but there's a fine dust. It keeps blurring out on me, the camera, on the fins, but it's very little dust. It's really not a lot to be concerned about, but you can see it there. The way they seal the filter is on, this is the back of the filter. They have this little, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like almost like a rubber kind of material. It seals on the back so that nothing can get by it. And I'm a little concerned. I was concerned of why that's like that. So I emailed Alan and asked him about the dust that I found on the fan, and he said, to your question, the 75i has a powerful variable speed DC motor turning a large fan inside the chamber. Though the manufacturing tolerances are close as we can make them for this chamber, it is possible for a light dust film to accumulate. This does not affect the purifying performance, nor is the dust you see being drawn through the filter. Dust particles are quite large and would not make it past the media or the sealing gasket that you see on the edge. My wife and I decided to do an experiment, and we vacuumed the couch and the carpet really well. This is the carpet I'm talking about. And this is the couch. And when we were confident that it was completely vacuumed, we set the Allen Breeze Smart about where we have it normally, but a little closer, and ran it on turbo to almost, or to the one under at night, and about middle of the road in the daytime for a week. We did an experiment to find out how much dust accumulated on the screen. And so now you're going to see the experiment we did. The first thing we did was clean the canister, the vacuum canister, really well, and then my wife vacuumed the carpet. And while she does that, we usually vacuum once or twice a week. And then while she does that, I'll go in and clean the filter, or the screen on the filter. And this is what the filter looked like after a week. And I was really surprised there wasn't more dust. And look at all the dust we're getting off the carpet that's right next to the purifier. So I was just a little concerned that, and now this dust is just from the couch, and we vacuumed both the couch and the carpet at the same time, and this is just an example of the dust during that week that accumulated on the stove. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little about COVID-19 and what my opinion on whether this will filter the virus or not, and also I'll talk about CDC, what they say, and what Alan says about this. Let me read what they say. Do air purifiers kill viruses? To a degree, yes. An air purifier equipped with a true HEPA filter can technically capture a portion of airborne virus-sized particles, but no one air purifier can completely protect you from the virus. True HEPA removes 99.97% of the particles, 0.3 microns or higher, but this is a helpful yet incomplete description of HEPA capability. Particles below 0.3 microns, like COVID-19 or H1N1, will be captured by electrostatic attraction to the HEPA material, or when they become trapped in the HEPA filter's maze-like fibers. The true HEPA filter used by Allen can capture 99% of the particles in the virus range. But doing so effectively, this is the point, requires a purifier with enough capacity to clean an entire room, or quote, box. Successfully purifying a room requires a purifier to move lots of air, completely circulating air throughout a room with and without your HVAC system. But my main concern is, does this clean the entire room? Because if it doesn't, then this is my opinion here, then I think that that means it's circulating some of the fresh air that it just blew out, and not cleaning all of it, and instead just agitating and keeping the virus airborne from the air shooting out. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm just throwing this out there for you guys to research on your own. But I'm trying to give you some ideas. It needs to clean the entire room. Then I think it wouldn't matter about agitating anything. It's just going to clean it. But if it's not cleaning the entire room, there's a problem. So I called them, Alan, last week and asked them to show me proof. And she said that she believes what I believe, that they calculated it by how much volume of air comes out and then how much volume a room has, cubic feet of air, and how long it would take to replace that air. But that doesn't necessarily mean that it's actually filtering the entire room, because you'll also have your HVAC system, which could be sucking in pollens and whatever else from outside. And viruses, I don't know. I'm a little concerned that since there's dust on the fan, that viruses can get through also and be shot out. Well, I hope this has been helpful. If it has, please share this and like it, subscribe. And if I find any new information, or Alan says something, or I find out next week the answer to my questions, I'll post it below. Thanks for watching.